Welcome to Litbit channel. Today we will see My Days by R.K.NARAYAN. Let's we see the summary of this lesson. Bring out the humor in Narayan's description of the phases of love sickness he went through. Introduction of this summary. R.K. Narayan is one of the leading writer of Indian English literature. The prose piece My Days is an extracted from his autobiography My Days. In this part, he talks about his infatuation over several girls and his love for a woman and finally how it has ended up in marriage in a humoristic manner. Arthur immature love with the all girls. The beginning of the prose shows him as an immature one who falls in love with all the girls whom he comes across. He begins in a funny way about his love sickness and his longing for love. In 1920, the society in which he was brought up was a strict one where boys and girls were segregated. The books he reads prepared his mind to fall in love with someone, whereas his society restricted it. Due to this, he suffered with impossible love sickness. He fell in love with many, but everything was one-sided. Any girl who looked at him immediately becomes his lady love. Extent of fall in love with a lady love. Thus he fall in love with a girl in green sari who lived in a next street of the narrator. She was a sister-in-law of an engineer. He followed her every day and wished to do some engineering business. It might help him to have contact with her brother-in-law and thus he could propose her. But suddenly the girl was not seen anywhere but fall in sadness. The narrator found another lady love who used to stand on the terrace to dry her hair. She was not a beautiful girl, but he loved her. Later he realized that she was looking at all who passes by the street. This made him to lose interest on her. Soon he found another girl who got his attention. She was going to Maharani College and this too was a one-sided love. Though one-sided, such interest made him to feel with among his friends, they discussed about girls, and this created an urge for him to fall in love. This took him to an extent of falling in love with a lady doctor, a British lady who attended his mother. Later, he describes about his infatuation for a pen friend who lived in England. Every week they wrote letters. She wrote impersonal letters about the hobby and other things. Whereas he wrote personal letter filled with his emotion towards her, she objected to receive such letters from him but continued to write, which encouraged him to write. Finally, narrator found a real love. The narrator finally experienced the real love in July 1933. He went to Coimbatore to drop his sisters. As he did not have any urgency to return, he stayed in his sister's house for some time. There he got glimpse of the girl and attracted towards her. She used to come out of her house only to fetch water from the street pipes and return home immediately. He loved her and longed to get full versions of her. Narrator became friendly with the girl's father. Her father, a school headmaster, was a friend of his sister's family. The narrator became friendly with the girl's father. As they both loved books and literary matters, they became close. Every day he met the girl's father in the school campus and discussed about worldly affairs. Narrator announced his love with her father. One day, when the girl's father was chatting politics with him, the narrator finally announced his love for the girl. Due to his social constraints, he could not express his love to the girl, so he uttered his desire to the girl's fathers about marriage. The girl's father was shocked and did not know how to react. In his society, only parents decide about marriage, but here the narrator spoke directly to the girl's father about his interest towards the girl. Diplomatically, the father said that this has to be consulted with the family members and then the horoscope should be matched. Narrated to understand the headmaster's interest. Another day, the girl's father asked him, "What would you do for living?" This questions has made the writers to understand the headmaster's interest on him, as his work How to Write Indian Novel got published recently in famous magazine Punch. He confidently boasted up about his promising career as a freelance writer. When the girl's father asked him to get some work in Bangalore with his father's influence, the narrator rejected this idea by explaining his economical principle. Neither his economic principles nor his expressions of interest for a girl in modern way damaged his marriage proposal. The horoscope played a villain role in narrator life. His horoscope played a villain role in his life as they are from the conservative family. They bothered much about the matching of the horoscope. So he headmaster rejected his proposal for the marriage. The narrator suffered with the feelings of love failure. He could not eat food, stayed alone by rejecting others' company. He used to go for walk in the evening without looking at others, and by avoiding the directions of the street tap. He even self dramatized the situations which was viewed with sympathy by others. Her sister tried to cheer up in many ways. He wrote a play named The Home of Thunder. During that time, which was a tragedy where all the characters died, the drama reflected his sad mood. At the end, marriage was conducted grandly. The headmaster was moved by the narrator's pensive mood. The headmaster discussed the horoscope with his colleague. Finally, he sent the narrator to meet an old man Challappa sir regarding the horoscope match. The old man was shouting with anger that he is not Brahma to change the horoscope. If they went to proceed with the marriage by leaving the matching of horoscope, they could continue with that. But the positions of the stars could not be altered by humans. Finally, the marriage was conducted grandly in spite of all the difficulties.
இந்த வீடியோ உங்களுக்கு பிடிச்சிருக்குன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். பிடிச்சிருந்தா மறக்காமல் லைக் பண்ணுங்கள், ஷேர் பண்ணுங்கள், கமெண்ட் பண்ணுங்கள், சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணி கூட இருக்க பெல் ஐக்கனையும் ப்ரெஸ் பண்ணுங்கள். தேங்க்யூ ஃபார் வாட்சிங்.